is your First Alert 5 weather with Sam Schreier.
Good morning, everyone. I just had a viewer tweet me in Woodland Park, said it's -2 in his place. Our sensor says 3. It's rough in Woodland Park, and it'll get warmer, but not a whole lot warmer. 15 Monument, 19 at the Air Force Academy, 22 in the Springs, 11 in Black Forest, with a ton of wind happening out towards Lyman. 60-mile-per-hour gusts in the 30-mile-per-hour range through the Pikes Peak region, and then the wind gusts will keep picking up over the morning. At least it's in the upper 20s from Pueblo, La Junta to Lamar. Here's what some of the strongest winds will be. Colorado Springs, probably mostly on the east half of town, into the mid 50-mile-per-hour range, 55. And to me, anything 55 or more is what I tend to consider a damaging wind. So you can take down limbs at that point, like smaller, weaker limbs. Fences can get damaged, some shingles can get taken off, stuff like that. 50-mile-per-hour gusts maximum in Monument. Canyon City 30, 35 Woodland Park, probably about 50 towards La Junta. So definitely a lot of wind around. Over the next few days, here's what we're forecasting. Weather alert today from the wind and, yes, blowing snow. For Colorado Springs, that north wind is going to make it so like no accumulation happens. But whatever snow makes it off of Monument Hill is going to make it blizzard-like. So you know how that snow squall yesterday looked very terrible? But then when we were actually driving right after it, it was completely fine. I think that's kind of similar to what a lot of the areas that actually see snow will look like today. It'll be super windy. The snow will make visibility terrible. It'll be kind of scary looking, but it just won't really accumulate all that well until you get closer to Monument Hill and then out east a little farther. We've got forecast temperatures that are gorgeous through the end of the week, specifically on Saturday. Light winds and 60 degrees. Pueblo, I do think some flurries will try to make it down to Pueblo at least a couple times today, sometime around the late, probably more so the early afternoon now that I think about it. But it'll be very windy. Again, gusts in the 40-mile-per-hour range. But we're rewarded with a gorgeous end of the week and weekend in particular. Saturday, 66. How about that? Canyon City, I can see some flurries happening. Probably not as much wind. Winds around the 30-mile-per-hour range at the strongest. So not a bad day, just cold for Canyon City. 60s over the weekend. And finally, Woodland Park, very cold. I do think you're going to get somewhere between a dusting to an inch, maybe 2 at the most for Woodland Park out of your snow. I don't expect a lot. I do expect some gusty winds, so some difficult driving, and then a lot nicer towards the weekend.